I have on Tech Duties this afternoon, we are honoured to be joined by a gentleman who is now Zoom Jesus.
Yeah.
Woo!
So, you know, it's fine. But any sins you've committed outside of Zoom, he's not interested in those. Don't worry that he's going to come for you in the night. It's just stuff you've done on Zoom. He might judge you a bit on, but he's Jesus, so he'll forgive you. Ladies and gentlemen, please give your appreciation in whatever way you see fit, preferably praise, because he is also known as Zoom Jesus. But I would like to now introduce my wonderful friend, Mr. Daniel Matthews.
Hello, everyone. If I had more planning, I probably would have done a stigmata, because that would have been actually incredible. Just you can just draw them on in post. Hello, I'm Zoom Jesus, or as some of you know me, Daniel Matthews. My name's Daniel, which in Hebrew means God is my judge, but in secondary school meant dirty pufter. Just funny how those things don't get lost in translation, isn't it? I'm gonna try something a bit different today. And we'll see how it works. One of the things that I've had to actually use like an internet archive to find it, because they did get rid of it. But one of the things I found a very long time ago, I don't know how you can all make up your minds on this one, was that the NHS had a page of good sex tips. And it clearly has been written by someone who's never had sex. So I'm going to go through a couple of them now with you. And just, you can work out for yourselves whether this person has actually ever maybe even seen a person before. Maybe they just read a book about one. So there's 10 tips on this page. Number 1 is build anticipation. And when you first hear that, you might think, oh, maybe some excitement, maybe something like, you know, maybe play a little game or chase each other, that kind of stuff. No. Agree on a period of time, say 1 week or whatever works for you, where you won't have an orgasm or penetrative sex. And then it goes on to say that you can, that you are actually allowed to touch each other, which is very generous of them, isn't it? And gradually work up to maybe more parts of sex, but whatever you do, avoid orgasm. Now, call me a traditionalist. I just don't believe that's quite true. Number 2 is massage, which is obviously a very fine, normal thing. However, they have written like 3 paragraphs about it, which I do think is a little bit much. Just to describe, rub each other. Then there's the then we have the senses, stuff about some candles, and well, actually, what they've written is scented oils for massage, music and candles for soft lighting. I don't really know how you use music for soft lighting, but there you go. We can all find out, can't we? Whisper, which is if that's your kind of thing. It does say this also works for text and emails too, which I'm really unsure about. Do you just write that in a really tiny font? What does it say? You want to rub me? Okay. Then like masturbation, you know. And then we move on to sex toys. They're starting to get a little bit more like out there. Remember at this point, number 6, we're still avoiding orgasm. So now we just got to sex toys. Now, after all of this kind of stuff, what do you reckon number 7 would be? Can we chuck out a few guesses? Kissing? Good guess. Anyone else?
Dressing up.
Pardon?
Dressing up.
Dressing up, like that. I like where your head's going with that. Anything else?
Naked?
Getting naked. Very nice. So we've got getting dressed up, getting naked.
Thank you.
Very. No, you're all wrong. It's read a book. Read a book, because there's nothing sexier than intelligence. Then the rest, share your fantasies and desires, which I guess you got from the book. Keep it clean, and ultimately relax. still at no point has it told us that we actually can have an orgasm. So I'm not too sure about those good sex tips. And that is, if you would like to know, that was actually taken off the NHS website this year in June, because during the coronavirus pandemic, that was one of the best things to review. So I've had to find that on a web archive. Other than that, I was reading this thing. So it's on The Independent. Hugh Jackman's wife has responded to rumours that he's gay. I've never actually heard this rumour. And then she's had, and the quote that she's got in this one is, it's like saying to Elton John, he's straight. I'm sure he'd be angry about that. Now, I think if we all remember the history of Elton John, he might not have been as angry about that as we might have thought. So that's my trip around the internet with you for a bit. You've been blessed by Zoom Jesus on that one. There's definitely more things. I have like, one of the things that has been kept coming up on the during this pandemic is that all dating apps have started adding a video chat function to it, which it just seems like the worst thing in the world to me, including Grindr added one, which obviously that's for a different reason. But even then, I'm like, no one's dating that kind of way on Grindr. And one of the things I've noticed is that Hinge have started adding pre-written like captions that you can add to your photos. So everyone's got exactly the same one now on all of their photos. And the one that bothers me the most is me in the wild. So it'd be a picture of like, it's always some picture of a guy just kind of like, me in the wild. And I'm like, you in the wild? You live in Bethnal Green. It's a picture of them like next to just, it's like take Emily's shot, for example, with a tree in it. They'd literally be like, I love nature. Every single one of them has exactly the same. So I can't wait to start video calling all them men from their base camps at the bottom of a slight hill in Greenwich Park, I guess. And that's actually all I've really got for you today. So thank you very much for coming along. I hope you learned something and can take that away with you to all of your partners or virtual video call partners. And yeah, I'll see you all later.
Give it up for Zoom Jesus, aka Daniel Matthews. And can I also just get everyone to shout hallelujah?
Hallelujah!
Oh, that's a powerful
You
thing.
are blessed, my children.
Zoom Jesus. I can see why people go into being in the clergy now. It's not because of a deeply held spiritual belief. It's just because it's fun to make people shout stuff. Crossover between preacher and sort of jungle DJ in the 90s. Jesus is massive. Anyway, good. Yeah, that's from the 90s.